If you're watching this, it means you are an ambitious individual, but you understand that you lack in certain departments. You lack in staying focused, staying disciplined, staying driven towards your goals because you just lose that lack of focus. You're lazy. Now, I'm here to say it's normal to feel that way. Not every day do I wake up in complete and utter attack mode where I'm just attacking the day ruthlessly every single day, all day. It's not like that. In fact, I had to do a lot of soul searching, digging, experimenting to be in the position where I can wake up, work, complete everything I need to do and grow and scale my business. Especially in the early days when you have no money, you're making no money, you're putting in all this time and effort and you haven't had that reward, or you haven't had that satisfaction of your efforts are being paid off yet. You know, you're putting in the work every single day, seeing no reward, seeing no reward, seeing no reward, showing up the next day, showing up the next day, showing up the next day, still no reward, until eventually you get to the point where you get that reward. Then it starts becoming easier because then you're getting that gratification of your hard works and your labor being noticed because you're getting something in return for all of those long days, long hours, sleepless nights, whatever it may be. But when you're in the start, you have to understand that your ambition and your dedication to your own success is the only thing that's going to carry you through the hard days where you think you're beating your head against the wall. There are going to be days when you feel that nothing you are doing is working. The hard work, the time, the dedication, the sacrifice that is being put into growing a business isn't working. And ultimately, doubts start to creep in. And when the doubts start to creep in, telling yourself that this isn't for you, you're not built for this life, you're a failure, it starts to build up and it starts to support the negative thoughts within your brain. The negative thoughts that's preventing you from actually putting in the work to your full ability every day. Now, I know how it is. You can say you work 12 hours a day. How many of them hours are spent scrolling on TikTok, doing useless things, okay? So step one is finding the reason why you do the work. Find the reason on why you are doing all this in the first place. Because if you find some anchor points to your goals, that's what's going to keep you pushing on the days that you don't want to work. Because you haven't got that car yet. You haven't got that apartment yet. You haven't got that super yacht, whatever it is that you're looking to strive for. You haven't retired your mom yet. If we take it a lot less superficial, you know, your mom still works, your dad still works. Have you been able to get them the best Christmas present they want this year or not? And these are the anchor points that are going to drive you out of bed, that are going to keep you sat behind your laptop, that are going to make it easy for you to say no to going out. Which leads me on to the second point. Once you've got those anchor points, once you've got them goals in mind, then it's being dedicated to your own success and prioritizing your own success. You've now got your goals in place. Anything that doesn't complement or contribute to these goals gets sacrificed, gets put on the back burner, okay? Because ultimately, if you have that burning desire to succeed and make these goals into reality, anything that can potentially tarnish you from hitting them goals shouldn't even be a thing that you consider, that you do. So going out every single weekend, partying with your friends, doing useless, pointless tasks that isn't contributing to the success of you hitting your goals, they need to stop. And yes, it's going to be hard because your social life is going to reduce, your relationships may decline. All these different elements are going to have an impact when the balance of life is off balance because you have made the decision you're going to dedicate your time, your life, your existence to making these goals happen. And by doing so, things have got to be sacrificed. The balance has to be off because when you're in those early stages, when you have to make it work, you can't have them distractions. You can't have anything pulling you back or keeping you attached to your old life because you've got bigger aspirations and bigger places to be. And getting there, you will, but you need to make the sacrifices to do so. Which leads me on to the third point, showing up every single day without seeing results. This is an internal battle you will have to fight yourself. You will have to fight on a day-to-day basis until you see results for your labor. Now, I touched on this in the start of the video, but showing up every single day, regardless of the outcome, is what's going to separate you from the people that fail. Because the people that fail are the ones that stop showing up, the ones that stop showing up every day, the ones that give up, the ones that only work when they are rewarded with instant gratification. They're gone. You need to take this approach that this consistency will compound. Eventually, this work will pay off. My results will come down the line. This is not instant gratification. This is gratification that you will be be rewarded from down the line. And not only that, but by learning and harnessing that skill set and mindset of putting in the work every single day, even when you're not having a pat on your back, those dark, lonely days by yourself working, they're going to be the days that harden your mind, that strengthen your mind, that make you a better person, and of course a more successful person, because they are attributes that will really help propel you far, even in every single step of the way when it comes to business. Now, the other aspect of working, getting the work done, ticking the boxes, whatever it may be, and this is something that even I struggle with on a day-to-day basis. You know, I have this checklist of everything I need to do on the day, but some days it will take me 2, 4 hours, 6 hours. Some days I'll be sat in there twiddling my thumbs for 12 hours and I just can't get the focus. I can't do it. Some days it's like that. I'm not perfect, you know, I'm really not perfect when it comes down to getting everything done on time. Now, don't get me wrong, I will get everything done on that day-to-day basis, okay? Before I sleep, I'll make sure that everything is ticked off. But I also understand that if I was to self-analyze and reflect upon certain days, I'll be like, I could have probably done everything I wanted to today within a 6-hour period, but instead it's took me 10 hours. So then 4 hours of lack of focus or lack of attention, whatever it may be, can be worked on and improved on. And I continue to try and work on myself every single day, because I'm not perfect. And no one actually is, okay? You can say you're behind your desk for 12 hours, but come on, out of them 12 hours, you're not bang on it all the time. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to us, the viewer, looking for help and guidance. But no one's perfect. But you do want to have high standards for yourself. And you do want to have a full checklist every single day that gets completed every single day. Like I said, it's going to be more optimal for you, especially if you're working a 9 to 5 and you don't have full-time access and time dedicated to your business, that you do the work within a specific time zone. You know, you come back from work, you may go to the gym, you've only got a 4-hour window to work on your business. Make sure everything's done within them 4 hours. Don't have a slow 4 hours that you aren't completing everything and you sort of just think, oh, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. You got to get out of that mindset. It's got to be done today. And yes, some days it may take me a little bit longer, but I've got that luxury to do so because I am full-time on this now. I was able to put the work in and quit my job going back a couple of years ago. I'm now able to enjoy my time more. I am now in a position where I have bought back a lot of my time with systems, employees, staff, whatever it may be, to give me that time back. So I do take time for granted a little bit, and some tasks may take me longer than it should do. But if you're in a position where you have to make it work, where you've only got limited amount of time anyway to do it, you better make sure you do everything within that time gap that you give yourself. You give yourself a list of things to do. You do not stop working until every last task has a tick next to it, and you can go to sleep with a clear conscience at night that you did everything you could. You completed everything you set yourself out to do, and you did it to the best of your ability, and you're going to go to sleep and you're going to do it all again tomorrow and the day after and the day after, and eventually you're going to be in a position where your side hustle, your business, is making you more money than your 9 to 5, and you're only working on it 4 or 5 hours every single night, whereas your 9 to 5 is making you less money and you're putting more time and effort into that. That's when you reach the crossroads of, I can quit this job now. This is a proof of concept that this works. I'm going to go all in. My business can support my lifestyle temporarily. I can now dedicate all my time and attention to this, and boom, you're away. You're an entrepreneur. You have your freedom. You're making money online. Whatever it may be that you take your hat off to, you're on the right path. And the final step, and something that I use personally that may not use for everyone, is structuring my days. I have to be very structured in the sense of, if I just have things to do and I just do them willy-nilly, that's where I lose the focus, the attention. But if I've structured my day in, right, these are my morning tasks, I'm going to box them off, I'm then going to go to the gym. I'm then going to come back, I'm going to have my first meal, I'm then going to box these tasks off. And it's very numerical. It's very structured. It's in order. I know exactly what to do, when to do it, and for me, that's what works best. Now, that may not work best for everyone, and to be honest, people may not want to do it like that, but that's how I do it. You know, the days where I'm by myself, I'm not seeing anyone, I've got a clear calendar, I've got to get everything done. And if I just go blasé about it, things will go missing, things won't get done. Things won't get done to the best of my ability. And that can't happen because my foot needs to always be on the gas, striving for more, pushing for more, growing, scaling, making more money, making more moves. And for me, having a structured day-to-day task list of what I need to do, when I'm going to do it, and then ticking it off throughout the day, that's what works best. So if you're a lazy individual, but you have that ambition inside you, you need to dig deep. You need to find why you're doing this. You need to be dedicated to your success. You need to sacrifice anything that comes in the way of you gaining that success. And you need to make your checklist, and you need to stay true to your checklist. Tick it off, don't go to sleep until it's finished, and eventually these habits or gimmicks that may seem unnatural to begin with start to become your day-to-day routine, your day-to-day life, until it becomes normal normal until it comes to a point where if you don't start doing work, it becomes scary. There's an anxiety behind it. If I don't do any work within a day, which is never, but if I was to just foresee myself besides a beach doing no work for a week, it would fucking kill me. I would hate it. The anxiety is already creeping across my skin just thinking about it, because I have to be in it, in amongst my business, in amongst the work, knowing the next move on the chessboard. And that's why it's a lifestyle now. This isn't like a business or a side hustle or work. No, this is a lifestyle. And eventually, but by showing up every single day, by implementing small habits, allowing my consistency to compound, it's allowed me to be in the position that I'm in today. And if you do the exact same, no doubt you will be in a much better position than you are right now. Put in the work now, look how far you've come after 1 year from now, after putting one foot in front of another, and just see how far you've come, the progress you've made. It's truly phenomenal to see. And if you start now, you're going to be a completely different person exactly 1 year from now.